Are we live? Hello. How are you guys? It's day 2 of 5 of a very zoo Christmas. it's 100 degrees here, but we're making Christmas cards. The very odd feeling in your head. It's like we can't. I have a slight headache because of the heat, but I'm making a Christmas card. That's all right. I love it. It's super fun. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It is Monday, June 24th. And we started this series last night. So I hope you've all had a chance to watch that one. It was very fun. I love the bundle that I chose, and just like the one I chose tonight. Little Diet Pepsi tonight. Okay, everyone. I hope you are doing really well tonight. There's Jean. Hi, Jean. And Lori. Hi, ladies. Are you ready for another night of Christmas? One's a Christmas card, and then the second one, we're going to change the sentiment up a little bit, but it's kind of a Christmas thank you card, which I like. No, you didn't miss me. Nope. I said I might come on at 6:30, which really realistically meant I was coming on at 7, right? Like I gotta like put my lotion on, something on my glasses. Oh my gosh. That's okay. We'll get settled here. I had to have a little dinner. I got a cheeseburger on the way home. I was not cooking and didn't really want to spend a lot of time on it, frankly. It was very tasty. Yeah. Hung out with the dogs, and here I am. Came in here to play with tonight's featured bundle, Iconic Imagery. And it is iconic. Look at that. It's like little emojis, right? And lots of sentiments and mix and match sentiments. We were probably going to pull something again from Greetings of the Season just because of the size of the words. You'll find out on the second card, but it's pretty fun. So, how are you doing tonight, girls? I don't think anyone else knows I'm live. Shh, it's a little secret. If you are joining me on replay or live, regardless, I welcome you and thank you so much. This is, as I said, Lisa Harden. I am coming to you live from the Stamping Zoo in a beautiful, very toasty Boise, Idaho. Tonight is day 2 of a 5-day series that I'm doing called A Very Zoo Christmas. We have a lot of online exclusives that will be available to customers beginning July 3rd. And it's kind of a pivotal shipping day. So I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. But these things that I'm using, most of them are the featured bundles, will be live on July 3rd, or you can add them to a starter kit tonight. Okay. You can find out more information about that simply by hitting the link down in the description below this video. So welcome to all of you. As I said, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. One of the things that means is that I sell all of the products I'll be using tonight. I also teach classes online, in person, similar to the class you're joining tonight. Okay, I just finished up a 2-day retreat last weekend, the weekend before. I don't remember, but it was very fun. And I wish I was having another one this weekend, but can't do that all the time. But anyway, I do lots of classes. So if you are in the Boise area or you're going to be in the Boise area, take a look at thestampingzoo.com or send me an email at thestampingzoo@outlook.com. And let's meet up for a little stamping time. I want to stamp with all of you. I love it so much. All right, so let's start our day 2 night right now. I'm going to point you down and you will get to see the 2 cards we're making tonight, and I love them. Let me see now. I always have to play with the lighting a little bit. No, I think we need a little more light. Okay, reds and greens tonight. This one is very traditional. Cherry cobbler, mossy meadow, and a little pecan pie. Celebrate the season, and a little more designer series paper on the inside. And then this one is a little more non-traditional, cherry cobbler, traditional, yes. But then I added shy shamrock. It's one of the newest colors. And I think it's really beautiful. It's just a slight variation on like a garden green or a mossy meadow. And it just, I think it makes you do kind of a double take. Like it's just a little something different, right? One of the really cool things that we can do to customize our own cards. Okay, so let's get started and take a look at everything that is included in this bundle. It is part of a suite. Let's see. I have most of the items. I don't have the ribbon. It's a cool frayed white ribbon. I actually gave it away in my retreat. So that happens. But it again will it's available now to demonstrators and available to customers on July 3rd. So one thing about the July 3rd ordering is that the 4th is a Thursday, right? So if you want to order next week and you don't get your items ordered before, uh, if you want 2 day shipping, you can order at 11 o'clock on the 3rd and pay for 2 day shipping. Otherwise, your order is not going to go out until the 8th. Okay. Regular shipping, so non expedited shipping, will probably be delayed until, well, I'm guessing the 8th. It'll be delayed a few days because, like everyone likes to celebrate the USA birthday. And so I believe the offices and the manufacturing is going to be closed on the 4th and the 5th. Okay. So this is just some of the paper in the suite. And as the title indicates, it's iconic imagery. So it's Christmas, but it's also fall. It's New Year's Eve, maybe. I would say 4th of July. It can be birthday, it can be Hanukkah, winter birthdays, winter thank you cards. Look at the pumpkins. There's just a lot, right? There's a couple cool plaids, at least two. Little beautiful dove there. Here is a six-pointed star. So you can tell that these would be used at the time of year, at the Christmas time of year, but beyond. Uh, Case in point, you could say celebrate love and make a beautiful Valentine's card. So that paper is called Iconic Celebrations. And if you are keeping a shopping list, the item number is 164193. And then the bundle itself comes with a set of dies, all sorts of different little images to either coordinate or specifically cut out the candles, the leaves, the snowflake, the stars, hearts, berries. This looks kind of like confetti, but really you could just use it for any kind of, what do I want to call it? Grunge, but it's kind of square. See that? And then two really cool scripty words, celebrate and grateful. And then all of these pieces and parts that go together, let's celebrate the season. Let's celebrate you for a winter birthday. Hello, KZ. And let's celebrate love, grateful for the season, and on, right? Peace and joy. Yep, you could even do that. Light, peace, and joy. Okay, you get the point. Hello, Alicia. Alicia, are you sure you're watching YouTube on the TV? You're coming in as being on Facebook. I don't care. I'm little. This is big though, huh? Good. That's nice. Okay, and so speaking of Alicia, she taught us a little nugget last night that I've been kind of shaking my head over, right? So she taught us about where to keep a copy of the dies. So I was cutting these out, and she said, "Oh yeah, I just keep those in the back of my stamp case." So what we did last night, in case you missed it, go back and watch it. This is a 5x7 piece of basic white thick. You can put it on whatever you want, right? And then I cut out all of the different die shapes. And I really just wanted to do that as kind of an introduction. And then I was going to just keep it inside, and it sticks on all the stamps, and you have to open it up to look at it. And Alicia told us, yeah, just keep it right in here. So see, it just goes right into your stamp case underneath the covering. And there it is. And I love it. And it's such a great reference so nice to see the dies actually die cut. And I was like, when was she planning on telling me that? I've only known her for 10 years. So here are the die cuts for the iconic imagery. And you can tell there's all sorts of things you can use, either with the stamp set or apart from the stamp set. Yes. Oh, okay. It's a pain to comment. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I see now what you're doing. I got you. Okay. So anyway, here are all the cool dies that are in this bundle. All right. Again, will be available to customers July 3rd. Will be available to demonstrators now and has been. So get on over there if you would like it. Or if you're not a demonstrator already, just it's as simple as signing up for the starter kit. The link again is in the description below the video. And you purchase $125 of product of your choice for $99 plus tax, free shipping, free paper pumpkin kit, free business supplies. You can or cannot use the business supplies. You can do whatever you want to. You can be your own only customer. You can do what I do. You can do more, something in the middle, whatever you want. Okay. But it all starts with a discount all the time, which is very, very nice. So again, here's our mostly cherry cobbler card. And then here is the other one, really mossy meadow and pecan pie, I would say, with just a little hint of cherry cobbler. And the embellishments you see on these cards are very cool. I showed them last week, but of course I'm going to show them again. They are called pecan pie and clear ribboned dots. And I think right there, especially on the white, you can see this ribbon. I don't know if it's actually something in the dots or if it's just a color pattern, but in any case, it looks like ribbon in the dots. Let's see if I can get there we go. Perfect. Okay, you've got white and pecan pie. I used both tonight. And I wasn't so sure if I would like the pecan pie. And then, like, I actually love them. In fact, I bet they would play really nicely with Moody Mauve, which is also a color in this paper. So I think that they're flexible, right? They're going to come off as different colors. I know, Jean. Isn't it fun? Did you pull out all of your die cuts or all of your bundles and do this with your dies today? I don't know. I am not saying that I'm going to be doing this for all of them, but it sure is handy. I like just being visually able to see them. So I may make the time to do that. Okay, everyone. So let's get started. We do have two cards to make tonight, and I did a little bit of work for us. We're going to start with this one with all the pieces and parts. And that is one cool thing about the stamp set and die set is you've got all those little iconic images that are small. So you can pick and choose several of them to put onto a card. All right, so I've got a card base here of mossy meadow. And I like mossy meadow. It's definitely more of a fall winter card for me. And so it's coming into play. And then I've got, for the front, I've got a piece of pecan pie, 4 by 5 1/4, and then a piece of the DSP, which is just 1/8 down from that. So 3 7/8. No, 4. Let's see, 3 7/8, right? By 5 1/8. I stopped to think about it and I got confused. So what's the lesson there? Don't stop and think. Oh my gosh. All right. So wonderful day back in the office for me. My manager's been gone all week and I missed her. She had so much fun planning her daughter's wedding. She worked with her daughter to plan it. But anyway, the wedding was super fun. And now she has to come back to work, but she still has guests in town and stuff. So we were just kind of trying to get back in the swing of things. Well, hello, Sheila. Sheila, you came on last night or yesterday. I don't know what time it is for you. You said hi to me, but on YouTube is kind of a stinker and it doesn't save my comments from when people come live. I think it's because I don't have enough subscribers yet over on YouTube. So anyway, I wanted to say hi to you, but your comment had flown away. And every time I see someone from, and I may have said hi to you before because I've had a few New Zealanders talk to me, but every time I see that, um, I often, that's kind of like when I see something on TV about New Zealand, I often think, I think I'm going to run away to New Zealand. But my family lives here, and more importantly, no, I'm just kidding. My friends live here, and I don't know that I want to redo all that at 55. What if they didn't like me there? I'd be kind of stuck. But really, what I want to do is I do want to visit, and I want to park myself under a golden kiwi tree or bush or whatever it is, and just eat myself silly. I love golden kiwis so much. You gotta live in a magical land to be able to produce those things. So, anyway, I saw your name come up, and immediately what came into my mind was a golden kiwi. And that's how I'm gonna think of you from now on, is this little golden kiwi. Not the brown part, the yellow part. That's Sheila. Alright. It's enough levity. Just kidding. We're just getting started with the levity. So I came home, and you may have seen I posted a video over on my personal page of the dogs because we were playing a little game that I've played with them for 12 years basically, which is what do you want? And at 5 o'clock, there's only one answer, and it's dinner. Did you hear me? And tango. And so I always, have to ask him 27 things that he might want. And he is very patient, sort of. They're your favorite too? See, you are the golden kiwi. I knew it. I knew I liked you as soon as I saw your name come up. All right, let's do a little stamping now. Let's get that beautiful celebrate out. Now, I went ahead and die cut a couple of these label dies, and this is a rough case from the Stampin' Up website, and I kind of got a kick out of the fact that they fussy cut the word celebrate on their card. They fussy cut that word. And I thought, you're crazy, girl, if you think I'm going to fussy cut that. So we're not fussy cutting it. And luckily for us, they knew we wouldn't. That's why they made the label big enough to fit the word celebrate. So that's what we're doing. Because when we're making Christmas cards, we do not have time to cut that out. Now you can if you want. If you want to, great. I celebrate you, but I'm not doing it. All right, little cherry cobbler. Never hurt anybody. And I'm just going to keep it up. I want to be able to do a little bit of adding on to the bottom of this die with all the other pieces. So kind of tried to keep the celebrate up to the top. Looking good. And then let's see. Oh, I should probably clean this off as I go. Does make sense, doesn't it? Thank you so much for sharing, KZ. I appreciate that. And it does help my small business of one more than you guys know. We get the word out, right? And then somebody else says, oh, well, if so and so watches this, they're awesome. So I think I want to watch this too. And then they come and, we hook them with our magic, with our magical spell. This really is a fun stamp set. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I highly recommend it because we made this card and we made this card. Yes, it was part of my sketch. Well, it was my sketch challenge. So you guys have until the 30th, 31st, 30 days, half September, April, June, the 30th to participate in the sketch challenge. It is just for fun, but I also do put your name into a drawing at the end of the month where I give away a fabulous Stampin' Up prize of some sort. Last month, it was a bundle. What bundle was it? I want to say it was like Spotlight on Nature. I don't even know how I got my hands on an extra set, but I did. Okay, and so now the season. This is a nice photopolymer stamp that I am stamping on same colored cardstock. So a moment of silence, please. Yeah, okay. Um, Shammy, where'd you go? Shammy. Hello, Jenny, and thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Casey says she's not sure she's going to stay awake until the end. That's okay. Yeah, long, stressful day. Oh my goodness. Can you just like try and let that melt away? Watch my silliness, okay? Let my silliness take that stress away if I can. You know what? I'm as I'm sitting here, I have a couple of pictures that I keep up here on my desk just because I like to look at them a lot. And one of them is a picture of my grandma, and it fell down just as I was working with you guys. So I guess she wanted to come on and say hi to you guys. Here she is in 1964. I was not born for another 4 years. Isn't she cute? She was a little style maven. Yeah, okay. All right, Grandma, get in there. Get in your cubicle. She's laughing about that right now. Okay, so I have a little white for the inside. Now I also put this DSP in here. I don't know. Um, I this is what I had, so this is what I put in here. I'm not sure that I like having just a partial piece in there. Oh, I look like her. I hope so. That's interesting. Yeah, cool. I mean, you know, to my knowledge, I'm not adopted, so that would make sense. Okay. Why do I say weird things? I don't know. I don't know why I do this. Oh, good. Casey's got her sister-in-law watching craft videos now. She doesn't craft, but her granddaughter does. Okay. I'm like the crafters QVC, right? We just have fun. Okay, this is for the inside. Lisa, don't stamp on that or you're going to get in trouble. I've got plenty of white. I act like that's the last piece, but that's cut to the measurement. So let's just do a little bit of stamping. Now, I want to show you a couple of tricks on both of these, the berries and these leaves. I took the mossy meadow. So we've got two-step stamping here. Okay. Whoops. Now you guys quit messing around. I need you to come over here with me. And so I took the mossy meadow and I took the two-step stamping for these leaves. And I took the inside first, just for this particular time. I probably always do the outside and I leave it darker. And then the inside's like a second generation or something lighter. Well, now I'm taking the inside first and I'm going to stamp those. And I'm going to give them a little bit of room so I can stamp them and die cut them separately. Okay. And then I'm going to bring this in, but I'm not going to use the ink. I'm going to use Versamark. I'm going to emboss over it in gold. So you can see, hopefully, right here, you can see that the leaves are colored mossy meadow, but they also have gold. There we go. Yeah. So, hello, Roz. Very nice to see you. Thanks for the little tree icon. We are working with iconic imagery after all. So, right in style. Okay. Now, since I have the heat tool, I'm just going to bring the heat tool in on one click. One click, I said. And give it a little, this ink dries pretty lightly, but we are going to be putting embossing powder on it, and embossing powder will stick to anything that's slightly damp. So we're going to do that for our first little trick. And then we're going to bring in our embossing buddy and our Versamark, and we're going to do what we do, right? Which is we pounce the embossing buddy over the area that we're going to emboss. Now we're going to bring this in and give it a little squishy squishy. I don't know. You can actually put that down and stamp on it. It's probably better form. And then, since you can see through this, I'm sorry that I've got to get up over this thing. And, no disrespect, but you're in the way. So I'm going to bring this in and come up over these leaves and then stamp. I know you can't see anything, can you? It's all right. We're in a two-step process here, three-step process. All right. And then do your other one. May as well do them at the same time. You don't want to have to do this twice. Ooh, I think I nailed it. Now you find out how close you were. I'm glad the nurse is saying you're right on track, and I'm sure it's not fun. I'm sure it's not fun at all. But I'm hoping that in a couple months, you'll be able to say, I'm glad I did that. Yeah. Healing is no joke. I mean, surgery, unless you're performing the surgery, you're under anesthesia. Awesome. But then the healing part kind of gets a little boring, doesn't it? Okay, here we go. Now we're going to cook it. Let's see what we got. And I am feeling this on my wrist until it's uncomfortable. And then I know it's hot enough to go to my paper. I don't want to keep it on the paper any longer than necessary because that's what kind of warps the paper and can scorch the paper if you keep it there too long. I do get close and I keep it moving. Keep it moving, and you will see it turning from dull to shiny. And once it looks shiny and smooth, leave it alone. Move on. Because if you keep the heat on it, once it has gone shiny and smooth, it will go dull again. And it will be kind of ugly. Yeah, it will be. All right. Success, friends. We got it. I'm going to let that dry for just a minute. Now, I know you don't see a huge, like if the color was really bright, you'd probably see more of it in the leaves. I didn't want to color over it with the blends, especially because the blends, sometimes in my experience, breaks down the embossing powder. And we had that stamp, which I thought was really handy. So anyway, keep that little trick in mind. And like I said, we're going to leave that for just a little bit and work on a couple different pieces. One being a little tree, a little Christmas tree in cherry cobbler. There's a teeny berry stamp. I'm going to move that over there. I don't want to lose it. Again, this is two-step stamping, but it's kind of funky. This tree is kind of funky in that. Okay, so here's what I would do with first generation, right? Oh, so cute. Looks like an emoji. I should have called it iconic emojis. But I'm not in charge. Not even close. Okay, and then where's the inside? So the inside does color it, but it's larger than the outlined part. It's just a tiny bit different. Now, come on. Where'd you run off to? It's also as small as the head of a pin. You know how this goes. There she is. Hiding in the stamp set. I should have known. Her husband, Casey, how's your weather? Jean was just talking about up above. Jean was just talking about how crazy the weather is in the country. Yeah. I don't know if this is crazy unusual for us. We actually had pretty nice seasonable weather up until now. It was very nice. Bye. I'll miss you. Okay, now I need some spare. I'm going to put in my grid. I actually found some grid paper laying around here. I want to make sure it gets nice and inky. There is something. No, I thought there was I thought there was some felt or something on it, but no, there's not. Hello, Corinne. And I'm going to stamp once. Ooh, that looks good. Now, when I come over here, this stamp is bigger than the outline. It comes out around the outline. Okay, so don't let that throw you for a loop. And if it does throw you for a loop, then do this stamp first and then the next one. Because look, see, the light color comes out around the dark color. And in the light color, there's no trunk. But on this one, there is. So you're not doing it wrong unless I am. That's just what it looks like. Close to 100. Darn it. All right. What else do we need? Oh, we need those teeny berries. They don't need a lot of space to be stamped, but I'm going to get another piece of paper because I don't want to put them right in here. I mean, I think we can spare it. I think we can spare a square right there. Okay, the berries are adorable. This is the kind of stamp that, you will lose so easily. So, caution. Danger, Will Robinson. Now I'm going to stamp these in Cherry Cobbler as well. They don't, do they have an insert? I mean, they do. They even have a little piece that goes on the inside of them, but I'm not going to use that. We're going to stamp 3, 1 for a spare. And then I'm just going to use my blending brush because I want to be able to see the outline a little bit. Like I just want a little bit of color. Blender pen, sorry. And just lightly kind of I'm drawing that color in from the outside to the inside. Okay, I know my hand's in the way because this is such a small image. And then that's what you get, okay? And then when you have your blender pen, after you use it, you just color on a little scratch piece of the cardstock until it runs clear, and then it's fine. So even though it's stained a tiny bit, because I used red, right? Cherry Cobbler, it runs clear, so it's fine. There we go. Okay, and then do we have all our pieces and parties now? I think so. We might stamp a leaf image on the inside. A piece of white that I was guarding. Okay, what did I put in this one? Oh, I sure did. Oh. So funny when you think you have a certain thing in your hand and you do not. Okay. That's a pretty little shape. I like it. Alrighty, ready. So how has everybody been doing today? Looks like it's just kind of been hot. Jeez, that's no fun. Maybe not Sheila. Maybe not in New Zealand. I don't know. But I know it's not your summer. So maybe you're not faced with all the heat that we're talking about. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the inside in this card because it's finished. It's just ready for a nice note. And I cut this 4 by 5 1/4. Kind of going back and forth on that. For a long time, I cut them 3 3/4 by 5. Now, because I'm using a lot of designer series paper on the inside of the cards, and I'm cutting it 4 by 5 1/4, I'm kind of going back to 4 by 5 1/4. So, Jenny, you were sleeping most of the day away. Did you want to do that? That sounds kind of nice. That sounds kind of nice, actually. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to build this, and it's got a few layers, right? So we've got this beautiful ribbon. You can use the ribbon that's in the suite. But I'm going to use this pecan pie. I think it's bordered. Yeah, pecan pie bordered ribbon. It's in the annual catalog. It carried over. So that means we loved it. Where's my Seal Plus? I want Seal Plus, please. Seal Plus. Please come to the desk. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to start with some on the back here. I'm not going to cover it completely. And I am going to end up putting dimensionals on the back of this too. Wet and cold. Okay. That's what I thought maybe you were dealing with, but never know. As I said, haven't been there. Only think about it. Okay. So I kind of put my finger in here when I'm making a loop and gauge where I want that loop. I want it kind of big. This is a big die cut, so I don't want it to look off kilter. I don't want the loops to look so tiny. So this is a, hey, look at me. And then back here, since it kind of overlaps, just gonna run one strip of the Seal Plus across there. And then I found that for me, this ribbon cuts a little bit nicer with my larger scissors versus the paper snips. Now, why do I always start this with the angle a different way? I don't know. Then I have to trim this side. Oh my gosh. And I have to trim this side because I didn't like how it was looking with the other side. Now I have to trim it this way because it was running away from my scissors. Okay, we're going to leave it, or I'm going to be trimmed down to nothing. It's going to be like when you trim your bangs. Don't say you've never done that. I mean, I hope you haven't lately, but everybody does it. And I don't know, why do we do it? Because we're very clearly told, don't cut your hair. Now, I didn't completely go for it, but I did cut my hair with my grandma's grandma's curved toenail scissors. So I had pretty little scallop across my forehead. Oh man. No cutting of my hair. Probably since in my 20s, when you're like, I think I can just even it up, just like with the ribbon. Okay, I'm going to leave that over there. And we need a little bit of die cutting now, right? So here, let's get this wonky thing off there. That's just going to cause trouble. I'm going to bring in the mini. And so who bought this set? Demonstrators out there, who bought the iconic imagery already? Okay, here's your berries. I know, right? I should be doing this first thing in the morning, but I'm not. I should also be wearing a different pair of glasses, but I'm not. Okay, so there's like one bigger berry and then two smaller ones in the die cut and the stamp. You'll be able to see it pretty easily. What I did was I took my finger and I got it in place, and then just on the other side, there's not a lot of surface area, and I wanted to hold it down with tape. I didn't feel like it was going to stay in place without that. It's just so small. So, but it's so cute. When you get it out, yes, it's fiddly, but fiddly can be good. Fiddly is often good. Look, see, isn't that sweet? Let's do another one. Okay, big one. Two littles. Okay, please don't forget that this mini machine is an extra 10% off this month, which is only a week. For one more week, you can get the die bundles in the catalog or one of the cut and embossing machines, the large or the mini or both, and they're 10% off. And that doesn't often happen. Corinne did not get this set. Not yet, she says. Like, oh, okay. There's two. We got it. We didn't need our spare yet. Let me make sure. Let me not get cocky and let me make sure I can glue them, right? Okay, let's get these beautiful leaves. We have one of these. Now look, I think I feel a little more confident about doing this one without the tape. A little more room for me to see. And when you bring your plate in, don't slide your top plate in. Place it, okay? And when you do that, hold your applause. Oh, yes. Get your image. Yay. Okay. It's getting kind of dark on this side. It was just the longest day of the year a few days ago, wasn't it? Yeah, 2 days ago, right? The 22nd, isn't that the solstice thing? The solstice thing, Lisa. It's pathetic. Okay. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Just a little bit of gilded embossing on our card. Adds a lot. Okay, now we need that little tree. That's an easy one to figure out. That one I knew. Okay. And there are 5 bundles now that are unorderable. Okay, so Spotlight on Nature, Thoughtful Wishes, Citrus Blooms. What else, Jean? That's because y'all have been ordering them because they've been out and back in stock. I think Steph has done a phenomenal job this month of keeping inventory in, and we're just gobbling it up, and they just keep ordering it and ordering it. It keeps coming in, and I'm not so sure that those other the bundles that are unorderable right now, you guys. I'm not so sure that they're not going to come back in because if I recall, it's the stamp sets that are not available. You guys, we make the stamp sets in Utah. So unless they don't have like the raw material, the photopolymer or whatever, um, they usually crank the stamp sets out. So I believe that their estimated return date was July 8th, but don't necessarily, that's not set in stone. In fact, I find statistically, let's say, or I find that usually they get them in much sooner than that. So I will be watching. Okay, I'm watching a couple of times a day because I have customers who can't buy everything at once. I can't believe it. And so they're watching, right? And so I'm helping people out. So to the extent that I can, I will come on and post, or you're going to be with me every night this week, right? Except for Wednesday. So I'm going to be telling you about the inventory updates. And I'll tell you just as soon as I know, because I want everyone to have all the cool things they would like. Okay, now let's see here. You got to be careful with, yes, on this side, you can put the dimensionals down. On the other side, I put 2 here. And then I left this open a little bit because I want to tack one of these guys underneath. So I think what I should do though is this. Don't put it on the ribbon because it's already thick. You don't want to cause, remember, a speed bump. Mm-mm. They aren't good in real life and they're not good on your card. Okay. Celebrate. Get that laying down where you would like. This die, super cool. I'm going to show you another little trick we can do with this die when we layer it with another die. And then for this guy, I took minis. Where those things are. They're minis, so I can't find them, right? Come on now. There they are. There you are. And I put them on the top. I just put 3. I kind of This is a small die, right? But so I left them more towards the top of the die and this so that they weren't sticking to the ribbon. It was looking kind of unnatural. It's looking kind of squished. And so I took those off and I put them on the top. Okay. The season. And this guy is going to go underneath the celebrate, right? And I love how these dies kind of go. They go together. They're different shapes, but the way they have the same finish on the outside. Stampin' Up! Is so good to give us all the tiny little details that tie all of these different shapes together. Okay, now I'm going to take these berries, and they're so small, I'm not going to put a glue dot on the berries. I'm going to put the berries on the glue dot. Yes, there's a difference. Okay, berries on the glue dot. TYP, take your pick tool. All right, now I am going to put one here and grab our other one. And of course, it's going to go over here. Okay, one of our little doozies is going to be over on this side. And then this one, I think I can, yeah, I can put a regular sized dimensional on this. Up here, just fits. Okay, you got to get the angle right. You can't find anything in my BOGO that you want to buy. That is rough. If you're just joining, or if you haven't heard this yet, I have a BOGO sale going on right now, you guys. So you can stack that on top of the savings for the bundles. And it's just for you to enjoy. But it's on a Facebook page, and the link is, guess where? In the description of this video. Okay. So it's for anyone in the United States can shop it because I can't sell to people outside of the United States. So I'm sorry for that. But whether you're a demonstrator, whether you just missed out, whether you're one of my regular customers or you've never shopped with me before, you're welcome to shop there. And I've got all sorts of great little goodies, and they're retired. So if you missed them, most things are gently used, right? I use them in my business. Sometimes they don't get used that much, but everything is complete to the best of my knowledge. And anyway, you can go over there and check it out. But the link is in this description. Okay, so here's what I'm finally doing is I put this little mini dimensional right in here between these. And then I don't have to worry because there's only a certain place you can put it, right? And then I can just worry about where I want to put the tree. I don't have to worry so much about where it is on the tree because there's only, like I said, there's only kind of one place it can go. All right. And then let's bring in these pecan pie ribboned dots. They really are, they're different and eye-catching. And even though they're pecan pie, right, they've got that extra metallic glimmer inside of the ribboned element. Plus the color themselves. They're really, well, they're rich, of course. And there's our beautiful card. I don't know. I don't think it's showing off as cute as it is in person, but she's cute, y'all. Okay, there's our first card with iconic imagery. What do you think? Do you like it? Okay, here's the second one that I was playing with. Grateful for you. And I thought, well, that is nice to have a Christmas thank you, Christmassy thank you card. But we're going to change up the sentiment just slightly so that we can maybe just make this another Christmas card. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. I hope you take some, inspiration or case it, completely case it. I don't care. That's fun. I would consider it a compliment. Okay, cherry cobbler card base. Some more of that great designer series paper. And these, they cut out with the little die. Okay. So you don't even have to stamp the trees if you don't feel like it. And then again, this is same measurements as before. The white piece of cardstock is 4 by 5 1/4, and the piece of designer series paper is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And so you don't have much wiggle room, which is really why I'm using liquid glue. I like liquid glue. I really use it more and more, but I don't like to use seal for this kind of thing because it grabs on. Okay, now here's the deal with this little guy, right? Is I cut that largest die out once in the Shy Shamrock Glimmer and once in Basic White. And then we're going to stamp on this one. So let's take a look at our options. So Celebrate's not going to fit because we are going to use the tag vertically. But we do have Grateful, and Grateful fits. However, I wanted to bring in that stamp set that I was using again, or that I was using from last night again, Greetings of the Season, and see what else we thought we might want to put on there. And of course, there's like a million things. But I have to look at these like this, right? So we want something that's kind of long, but not too thick. Oh, well, good, Sheila. Thanks. I'm glad you are going to. I'm glad you are going to case it. I love that. Or just take pieces and parts that you like, right? This one says New Year. New Year fits across there. We're not going to make this year. Wishing you a happy. Where's the happy? Where's the word Christmas? Does it fit? I don't think so. Happy holidays. Let's see. Yeah, happy holidays fits. Um, we could act, well, we don't want to say wishing you a happy holidays. That is not grammatically going to cut it for me. Also, could be to or from. That's fun. Oh, let's see. We used Season's Greetings last night in the oval. Remember, it was really fun. I mean, it's beautiful. It was made for the oval that I was looking for. It was like serendipity for you. That's gorgeous. Wow, you guys, this is like just added on to anything else. We are going to use this one. I don't know what night, but it has some cool dies. You got a sneak peek of that last night. Okay, let's take a look at the happy holidays. So it's very nice to just be able to peel these off and actually see what they look like because they are shown on this at 85%. So you can't really envision them fully. That's gonna fill the space nicely. And then we'll do some of the second generation stamping like I did on the other one. Okay. Now I'm gonna put this on a slightly larger block, and here's why. Because I want to be able to see where I am placing these words. And oh yeah, you know what, Roz? That is also, I like wishing you a happy holiday, right? And we can also, I can throw in our little masking, and we can have an extra little technique in this video. Wishing you I think we still have room. We're not using the whole tag. We're going to cut it off so that the tails are the glimmer paper. Wishing you a happy holiday. Yes, I think it will work. Okay, I'm going to put this on a bigger block because I want to be able to see around the margins because I'm fitting a lot of words into this little section. And so that's what I want to do. Now I just have to decide, what do I want to be cherry cobbler? What do I want to be shy shamrock or whatever? I kind of almost want them to all be shy shamrock because everything else, I feel like there's not enough shy shamrock on this. I don't know. Is that true? I'm not sure. I haven't used this one before, so I'm also going to bring in that paper and take a look at it. And then I'm going to like squish it around. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I have rubbed these stamps kind of vigorously with the chamois, and so that helps to get that film off of them. Okay, so see, when I have the bigger block, I can see the cardstock as well as the stamp. Now, you have to do a little more work when you're using a bigger block to make sure that you have even pressure. We usually match the size of the block roughly to the stamp so that everything has nice even pressure. So to do this, it puts it off kilter a little bit, right? It can rock and roll. So you have to use your exquisite skill to keep it steady. And I know you will. Okay. And what I do with wishing you a happy holiday. I do like this Shy Shamrock. It's a perfect name for it. It's Shamrock, but a little shy. Okay, so again, able to see what I'm working with here and hopefully getting it all right. So far, so good. Now the pressure. This is the last one, right? Okay, no pressure. I have a lot of basic white, and I know you guys will stick around all night if I need you. Right. You're going to drop like flies. I'll look up. Well, we've got 10 of you. Okay. Anna, that's okay. Totally all right. Okay. We've got this little, let me see this thing. Woo, she's going to be rough to mask, but I think I can do it. So you can also, like Ross said, you can just really wipe it off. Or you can also use the water-based markers. I don't like using the water-based markers on photopolymer. I don't think it's very successful. It comes out really spotty for me. So I'm going to take this. See this guy? I need to get so close that I'm using the straight edge, not the scalloped piece of the tape. Okay, I'm going to turn this over and tap, tap, tap. And you got to kind of be careful with your tap, tap, tapping. And then I'm going to bring it over. You got to take that off. You can look through it. Now, I haven't tested this one, but we're going to go for it. We're testing it right now. Okay. I want to kind of put it closer. Lord. I think it's pretty good. Okay. That's kind of a fun little mix of fonts. Okay, so we have wishing you a happy holiday, and it is drying. So now what you do with this, just to change the shape up, is get your long blade and go from side to side, or you can put it on your paper trimmer if you get a little nervous about that kind of thing. My friend Anne, she would never attempt this. It'd be like being on a tightrope without a net. So that's okay. You can do that. Oh, and I also, because I don't like anything to be without color, I am going to take, let's bring that leaf image in again, but let's see what it looks like. Second generation cherry cobbler. Oh, good night, Casey. Okay, I'm so glad I relaxed you. It's my calming voice, isn't it? Don't I sound like I should be on the Calm app? And now tap your cherry cobbler. Stamp it once and then again. Ooh, it's kind of dark. Dang it. Oh, you guys, I'm not in love with that. What have I done? Now's when I'm not calm. Oh, diddly dang. Oh, I don't like that at all. I made a big snafu on it. I know, I like this die shape too. Oh, dang it. All right, you guys, I have to do it over. I'm sorry. You're gonna nobody drop. You gotta stick with me. This is how we work it out sometimes, right? Because we have to redo it. I know the paper has two sides, but this die has pin dots in it, and it doesn't look right on the back. It doesn't. It looks backwards. It looks like underwear turned inside out. I swear I'll be super fast this time because I've already done it once, right? This is how the sausage is made sometimes, people. You know it, and I know it. Okay. Do we like? No, don't be sorry. Sometimes, I need to be reminded of things. But on this particular one, it's like when we have these fancy dies and they have beveled edges and pinpoints and all that stuff, they look rough on the back. Yeah, they do. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. What do we have? What else do we have? I know we have season's greetings. Love and joy to you and yours. I think we need to do what we had. Just dig in, Lisa. Get it done. It's not hard. But I know I'm gonna want something. I guess I'm gonna have to make a little element. Yes, we can do this. You need to replace your cherry. Yep. You know what, Corinne? That happens with the reds. hmm your mom gave it to you years ago. It's the old style. So it's just a chemical thing and size of molecules, I think, believe it or not. The same reason why red, when you have your hair dyed red, it won't stay red very long. But I digress. The ink pads, the reds especially, over a period of time, or when kept in non optimal conditions, they will start cooling up and crystallizing ink on the top and either hardening or looking like little, I always think it looks like grains of sugar on the top of your ink pads. And sometimes you can take a bone folder or an old credit card, like you see me do that, and you can rub those in and rub them away. But sometimes it's just time to get a new one. Yep. Sometimes you just got to say, like, all right, it's time for me to get a new ink pad. Wishing you. Uh, okay. So I make up songs for the dogs all the time. No, I shouldn't even mention this to you guys. It's not a, well, the song I'm making up is not bad. The song that the original song is questionable, but I'm trying to figure out the third line to this 4-line song I'm making for the dogs. And as I'm sitting here stamping and thinking, what are we going to talk about now? Right? I go, oh my gosh, maybe those guys can help me. Okay. So here's how it starts out. Let me think. I've just forgotten. You're going to the beauty shop. You're going to get a fluff and chop. And then I need a third line here. And mom looks at the bill. Whoa. Okay, so I need a third line. You're going to the beauty shop. You're going to get a fluff and chop. And then something here. And mom looks at the bill. Whoa. Okay. If you can come up with that, you are a genius. Because if you don't help me, I'm gonna be thinking about that tonight, okay? I mean, like, tonight when I try to go to sleep. Because even as I'm working here, I'm thinking about it. You're going to the beauty shop. If you know the song I'm talking about, just don't sing the real one. Um, it's catchy. It's not necessarily something I like. Oh, I know, Corinne. We just have silly times here, you know. I hope that some kind of I don't care about a lot of the specifics, but I hope there's some kind of an afterlife where I can chat with my animals. And yes, I'd like to see my grandmother, everybody else too. But I really want to talk to the animals and be like, "Do you remember when we did this or this? What did you think about that?" Or, "Did you know that I was teasing you?" Or, "Did you know how much I loved you? Did you get that when I like squeezed you?" Did you think all the little things I made, all the little songs were good? Oh, look what I did, Roz. I almost flubbed it up. Look, oh, a couple people dropped off. They were like, "Dear Lord, she is singing. Get real." Nobody signed me up for that. Okay. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. No S. Get get off. Okay. Lisa, you're kind of a nut. All right. I feel like we've been here before. Yes, we have been. Okay, let's trim the shape out again, right? And then we might use the ribbon or we might use one of these beautiful little die cuts. Why didn't I just do that instead of trying to second generation everything? I'm very second generation. Okay, dimensionals. Thank you for sticking with it on this hot. I think viewership goes down in the summer because we're doing summer things, and so I love to see you guys. And it's not about the numbers; it's just about keeping in touch. So I love having you guys here. Um, and if you're not here, well, you're not watching this. If people aren't here and they're off having fun doing something else, good job. Okay, so this just overlays right over the die, right? Except it looks like there's a little ribbon coming out on either end, and it just ends up being this adorable little element. Okay, and then I thought it looked like it was swimming in a sea when it was just kind of sitting here. So I took a piece of cherry cobbler and I did that silly inking thing that I like to do all over it. We're going to put this one on. We're not going to take the time to put dimensionals on this. And really, this card ended up being a little bit thick. So let's put this down on the card directly. I've kind of missed cherry cobbler. It's a very seasonal color for me. And gosh, it's so rich and pretty. So, all right, where's that little, this is like MVP stamp, this little leaf image thing. I ended up putting it onto the cherry cobbler in first generation cherry cobbler ink. So this needs to go in there. This needs to come here. I don't think my video is going to be this long tomorrow night. I got to cut it down. You guys will like ditch me. We'll do something just as fun though. Okay, so then I'm just really going around the outside because most of this is taken up by that label. You can stamp the whole thing if you want to, but it's not necessary. I know who could help me with my song. Brene, if you come on here, Brene, please report to me. I think you can help me with my song. You're kind of good at stuff like that. Okay. You did a search for the beauty shop song and some weird stuff came up. Not your beauty shop song. The original song is called Candy Shop by 50 Cent. Just a song from 50 Cent. I believe he's from Florida. And it's called Candy Shop. And it might not be nice. I don't remember exactly the words, but I remember it's an earworm. It sticks in your head. Okie dokie. Look at here. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. I put, okay, Jenny, it's all right. We'd be done, except I had to do a, part duh here. But that's all right. Wishing you a happy holiday. We're going to stick a cute little element on this sentiment somewhere, and it's going to be adorable. It may end up being the tree and maybe the leaf. Ooh, yes. Maybe the leaf. Let's check it out. We have candles, the leaf, snowflakes, hearts, or the tree. Okay, so I just took this and did this kind of a situation. And I feel like now it's not swimming, it's more grounded, right? It's grounded. Okay, and then we really should just do the tree. It's super cute. And we'll do it in, it's going to be a lot of Shy Shamrock. But no, we're going to do it in cherry cobbler. So we are going to take, this is our insert, okay? And this will be the one that we use for our die cut. And where trees, where did they go? They're hiding in the stamp set. I was so organized. That's 50 Cent. Exactly. Didn't I originally say 50 Cent? I can't bring myself to say that. You can honestly, I'm giving away my age, right? It's by 50 Cent. That's too funny. Okay, so since I'm going to stamp this off anyway, the one without the detailed, I'm going to just stamp it on the insert. Okay, and then I'm going to, oh, well, that was dumb. I was supposed to use the second generation, really smooth, but that's okay. We have room. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in the outline. Oh, it's kind of difficult. Let's see. Oh, whoa. I am shocked at my accuracy. And then I almost was wearing cherry cobbler. Did you see that? I was so shocked. Look at that thing. I think it was made by a machine. It was made by a 55-year-old machine that's breaking down. I'll take you to the beauty shop. You're gonna get a fluff and chop. And then da 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 da. And mom will look. No, and then I kind of forgot how I'm gonna do that. And mom will pick up the bill. Whoa. You know it's gonna be a hit. You guys can say you knew me when. I knew her when. She used to make cards. And now she's like producing these songs with 50 Cent. If anyone's just tuning in, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And guess what? It's only day 2. 3 more days of me this week. It's like a car wreck though, right? You can't not watch me. All 9 of you. Okay. I promise, though, we're making something good. We are getting there. It's just the in between stuff that you might think is a little weird. Okay. Oh, so cute. There's something about basic white, a nice basic white, and a cherry cobbler. And then let's bring our beautiful little tree in. It's adorable. And I'm going to, yeah, it's going to go right there, right on the side. And, and I'm not going to even it up because I want that to be a little off-centered, kind of like the card itself is a little off-centered. And finally, we're going to use the white because they're gorgeous, and they're going to bring in this white, the white of the label. Oh no. Oh no. I've got it. We're stuck. Let's get the pancake flipper in, see if that helps. Oh, brother. Now, come on. Don't be a stinker. Don't embarrass me in front of my friends. Ooh, that was a close one. Feel better, Jenny. We'll see you soon, like tomorrow. Oh, I like this. Oh, I had to work hard for this one. My goodness. That was a workout, but it's still good. So here we have a wishing you a happy holiday. The cute little inside. Here we have a grateful for you, which I think could be sweet. I'm gonna send this. I might make a lot of those. And then we have the first one, which was the celebrate the season. I think it's very celebratory, don't you? It's very fun. Textural, cute, lots of color. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I have. I've had fun. And I will see you here tomorrow night. But in the meantime, you might want to add the iconic imagery to your shopping list. And please take a look at the events and happenings I have in the descriptions below. There just might be something that interests you. Okay, everyone, have a great night. I will see you tomorrow. And if anybody comes up with the third line of my song, let me know. Okay.